is Melanie for Pardesi. I've just come back from the first day showing of Mersal, which the subtitles translated as Zapped. So let me know if you think that's accurate to what the word meant. Anyway, this is only my second Vijay film. It's my first one in the theater. And this is going to be a completely spoiler-free review. I may do another more in-depth review, but to be honest with you, it is 1:10 in the morning here in Chicago. So quickly, I liked this film better than Thupaki, which I saw earlier this week. And I liked it much better than Vivagam, which I saw earlier, a few months ago. So it had, what my complaints about Vivagam was that it was all action and no heart. And this film had so much heart and so much emotion. It's definitely a masala film with a revenge plot. I personally love double roles, and here we have triple roles. So if you are a fan of Vijay, you've got 3 times the Vijay, so you will be very happy. If you're not a huge fan of Vijay, I don't know what to tell you. But I gained so much new respect for him because not only did he make each role distinct and really different, especially a flashback character, he brought so much emotion to one particular scene. It hit me really hard. And he really showed me not only can he just be a stylish star, but he's really an actor who has talents and can play a wide variety of kinds of scenes and not just do the songs and look cool while he's doing action kicks and punches. So I really gained new respect for him. Because there's a triple role, there are 3 actresses. I'm not sure that I knew that Nithya Menon, who I love from films like OK Kanmani and so forth, I don't know that I knew that she was going to be in this film. I had only really heard about Kajal and Samantha. And each of them have cute little roles, but Nithya really gets to play the meat of the flashback story. She gets the most screen time, and she is fantastic. Now, what I also didn't know is that the main villain is played by S.J. Surya, who we recently saw in Spider. And just because he was so amazing in Spider and so evil and so creepy, this more normal villain that he plays here maybe just doesn't have the same punch to it, just because I just saw him in Spider be, a totally different kind of villain, and I don't know. So he's still good. He's just not at the level that he was in Spider, but then almost who could be. It's hard to top yourself. But anyway, it was great to see him again in a film. There was a lot of familiar faces to me. It's centered around a mystery, a murder mystery, and also it has to do with the medical system in India. There's several films that have touched on that in some ways, but this film really has a message. And I have to just say, as an American, I really don't understand the Indian health system, and there's things about it that just seem very strange to me, of having to pay cash payments at the hospital and things like that. It's so different than what we have here. I've gathered, some knowledge from different movies that I've watched, but this film really tackles that issue. The things that I find troubling are the same things that the message of this film does. And Vijay is fantastic. The songs, each one was better than the one before. I really, really enjoyed the songs. There was one particular song that happened in his neighborhood, and it was started by all the little kids. Oh my gosh, I just loved that. I loved all these little kids strutting and copying attitude and dancing. And then there's the holy number that we saw in the trailer. Amazing, just amazing. He's a really good dancer, and there's just a lot of those big, colorful numbers that I like. I thought I hadn't seen any other film by this director, Atlee, but I actually have seen Rajarani. I have a neighbor who her parents live in Chennai, and she said, well, what would you like me to bring back? And I just said DVDs. So she brought me back about a dozen Tamil DVDs. And I really did enjoy Rajirani. This is a much better film than that. But I think this director is good at handling a large number of characters. So let's just put it that way. So he did well with that in Rajirani. And I think here, he set up 3 Vijay's, 3 romances, a lot of stories going on, and he pulls it off. He really pulls it off. I will say the second half flashback was quite lengthy. And maybe that would be my one criticism of the film, is that while I was enjoying it for the most part, I did feel like at some points, like, okay, this is long. And I noticed some men around me pulling out their phones. So maybe, the length of the film is almost 3 hours. Maybe there could have been some cuts to tighten things up and make the runtime, even like 2.5 hours, and it would have felt like it was moving along a little bit more in that second half. So overall, I definitely think this is worth your money to go see in the theater, because, it is a real all-round entertainer. Let me know if you've seen the film and what you thought about it. Let's try to keep these comments spoiler-free. And when I've had a chance to sleep, then I will do another video review, and we'll get into some of the particulars with spoilers of what I really liked and not much I didn't like, but mostly liked. And I would just say one shallow little thing: the flashback scenes, Vijay has a little gray in his beard. And I like that. so I'm sure it was just makeup or whatever, but I really liked the look of the flashback. I'm sure he had a lot of fun. It just felt like he was getting to be an 80s masala kind of character, and I'm sure he really had a ball doing that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please, if you like this video, if you like this review, please press that like button, share the video. Love for you to subscribe here to the Pardesi channel, and follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Pardesi YT.